Watch the narcissist in action. She will not stop hoovering. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, and yes, more interactions between Jenny and Chris. On this occasion, the narcissist is at the home of the intimate partner primary source victim. Unsurprisingly, there's another argument. He will have done something which has threatened her need for control, which has resulted in the manifestation of heated fury. The footage is being recorded by a third party who is there as a witness. This person is Chris's employee. It's either the case that this individual was called partway through the argument, or the individual was there as the argument between victim and narcissist escalated, and this individual was recording what was going on to create evidence. It's likely that this individual was well versed in the behavior of the narcissist. This is demonstrative of the fact that, again, we will see the narcissist behaving with heated, ignited fury, which will help you understand where she may well fit on the spectrum with regard to the sub-school, and also demonstrates two compelling aspects of this dynamic. The first, that notwithstanding the fact that he's been repeatedly assaulted, accused of things that he's not done, verbally insulted, Chris keeps getting drawn back in. This is all too frequent, and is as a consequence of a variety of factors. His own emotional thinking clouding his judgment, the addiction that he will have to narcissists, the fact that he won't realise that he's dealing with a narcissist, and therefore has the belief, for instance, that when she says she's sorry, that it's actually true, that he perhaps misses aspects of the relationship which are good, and therefore when she keeps coming back, as she keeps doing, he accepts her back, making the same mistakes. Jenny, of course, keeps returning. It seems that she repeatedly hoovers Chris. This will be because Chris keeps coming up on her radar in some shape or form. It might be, for instance, that he contacts Jenny in relation to something that needs to be sorted out. Or he contacts her to try and explain his behaviour, trying to get to the truth of the matter, driven by the corruption of his truth-seeker trait. It may be the case that she's reminded of him by someone or something, and therefore he comes up on the radar, and her narcissism compels her to assert control over him. You will have noticed that in these examples, it's regularly the case that her narcissism selects the first assertion of control direct, doing so because it's easy. She knows where Chris lives, she's able to telephone him, she's able to find him. And thus, on repeated instances, she's telephoned him, and we've seen where she's turned up, either where he's walking in the road, or where she turns up at his house. Thus, the narcissism recognises that he's very easy to hoover. There is no contact regime whatsoever. And it is a salutary reminder to you all that demonstrates that if you make it easy for the narcissist to hoover you, you will be hoovered, with all of the consequences that flow from that in terms of the provision of fuel, adverse consequences, and the increase in your own emotional thinking. Chris, in effect, is a study in a completely useless no-contact regime, but it's likely at the juncture where we've been seeing all of these interactions, he's not actually aware of what he's dealing with, and therefore isn't aware that no contact is the appropriate response. You're now going to see some footage which takes place within Chris's property and then externally. Here it comes.
You are so crazy. I cannot believe you.
Goodbye, Jenny. Do not ever come back. Do not ever come back.
I don't want to.
Good. Do not ever come back. Do never talk to me. Do not call. Do not text. And I will be sending everything.
No, you're not.
Yes, I will.
Doing
You
it
watch.
from jail cell.
I will do everything.
You're doing it from jail.
Why? You haven't done anything wrong.
You really have bruises all over my arms.
I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong. Dakota saw everything. All I did was try to get out of the house.
You just saw
If you call the cops?
I need to know.
Look at that!
You.
Look at that! He's...
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah, get that on. Record it.
You gonna hit me now too?
She just
Yeah, well,
assaulted.
now you're gonna go to jail. Now you're gonna go to jail.
hit me.
You come over and
You're
punch
going to
me.
jail.
What did I do to you?
All I wanted to do was leave my house.
As you have seen, the footage first takes place inside Chris's property. The narcissist is crying. "You're so crazy, I can no longer be with you." Pity play. The victim, asserting himself, "Goodbye, Jenny, do not ever come back. Do not ever come back." Challenge fuel. Narcissist, "I don't want to, ever." That's an attempt to nullify the threat to control by saying, "You're not telling me not to come back. I don't want to. It's my decision." Chris responds, "Good, good. Do not ever come back. Do not ever talk to me. Do not call. Do not text. And I will be sending everything." With him telling her what to do, which includes sending everything, presumably property, that means another threat to control. She rejects that. "No, you're not." "Yes, I will. You watch." "You'll be doing it from a jail cell," she threatens. "I will do everything." "You'll be doing it from a jail cell," she announces once again, threatening him. "Why? You haven't done anything wrong," he's referencing himself. "Oh, really? I have bruises all over my arms," playing the victim. Chris, becoming notably stressed, "I haven't done anything wrong." She continues to prove it. He responds, "I haven't done anything wrong. Cooter saw everything. All I did was get you out of the house." The narcissist then starts to cry and shouts, "You just saw him at the last minute." She then assaults the victim once again, the physical manifestation of her heated, ignited fury. Note, she appears to have a pretty low threshold over this, as we've seen repeated instances of her doing this and repeated references of Chris being assaulted by explaining that that's what happened. "He did not fucking see you," she erupts. Chris, naturally referencing being hit and speaking to the witness, "Look at that." The narcissist comes back into the hallway, notwithstanding the fact that she's being recorded. Her heated, ignited fury has caused her basically to lose her shit, and she then hits him a second time. She then squares up to him with her hand clenched into a fist to hit him a third time before looking at the employee, and it would appear at that juncture the fact that he stood there filming causes her to stop. Instead, rather than hit Chris, her narcissism has detected that the third party, the tertiary source or possibly secondary source, is now the problem. That he is threatening her sense of control, so she marches towards him instead with a clenched fist. Chris urges, "Get down, record it, record it." The narcissist just uses the threat of the clenched fist and doesn't actually follow through on an assault on this individual, but it prompts the witness to ask, "Are you going to hit me now too?" The narcissist responds, "Yeah, because he's the one that hit me." The witness responds to that, "Now you're going to go to jail. Now you're going to go to jail. Well, you come over to punch me. What did I do to you?" Chris adds, "All I want you to do is leave my house." The narcissist then exits, and you will see, as per the external CCTV, she removes herself from the property holding her 5-year-old daughter, but then she returns to the door and kicks somebody who is off camera in the doorway, probably Chris. This is a narcissist that engages in the commission of physical assaults in front of her child. She then re-enters the home, holding her daughter, before reappearing a short time thereafter. She walks to her car, puts her daughter in the back seat, and then drives away. Another Hoover, a physical Hoover, conducted by the narcissist, who will not stop in this behaviour, once again showing heated, ignited fury and demonstrating a disregard for other people in terms of threatening them, and also showing no emotional empathy whatsoever for her daughter by behaving in such a furious manner and assaulting people in front of her. Another useful example, and should be enabling you to make a determination now as to the subschool of narcissist that Jenny is. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.